Hello and welcome to EduAdvisor's webinar series where we speak to industry experts and academicians of various backgrounds to give you key insights about their professions. I'm Josephine Ong and I'll be your host for this session about the field of biomedical science. Thanks for tuning in. So today we have Ms. Mashita bin Zulkifli and Sharon Lim who will share with us their expertise within the field of biomedical science as well as pharmaceutical and health sciences. So from Kuching, Sarawak, Ms. Mashita obtained a diploma in pharmacy from UiTM. She is a graduate of the University of Nottingham, Malaysia's degree in pharmaceutical and health sciences and is currently pursuing her Master of Philosophy under the School of Pharmacy. Ms. Sharon Lim pursued her foundation studies and BSc in biomedical sciences from the University of Nottingham, Malaysia. Upon graduation, Ms. Lim pursued an MBA in Swinburne University and is now pursuing her PhD in Nottingham. Before we continue, if you have any questions for them, do leave a message at the comment section and we'll get to it at the end of the session. So let's begin. Ms. Sharon and Ms. Mashita, welcome. Firstly, can you both just briefly introduce yourself, maybe start with what made you choose your career path? Maybe Ms. Mashita?
Okay, hi, my name is Mashita. Do you want a short version or long version for what actually?
Or maybe
to sum it up, it's actually my interest and opportunity why I pursued this field of study.
Okay.
I always have an interest in science, but I didn't actually expect to pursue my studies after I graduate. I actually wanted to continue working to get my own, to be money independent.
Yeah.
But then I got the offer from my lecturer, so I thought that was the opportunity that I was talking about. So that's how I in this field. Yeah.
So what about science that intrigues you so much?
You see, when it comes to biology, I like because it's unpredictable and it's really fun to know how actually certain things work.
Mm-hmm.
You know, even chemistry, it's the reaction and so on. It can get bored sometimes, but it is interesting. They say it's my interest. Yeah.
I see. And what about you, Ms. Lim?
What was the question again? Sorry.
What made you choose a career in biomedical science?
Okay, so I started my studies all through this while. I'm a science stream student. So when I was young, I was very curious about a lot of things. So usually I went to the gardens and pick up little insects just to dissect them, and out of curiosity. Yeah.
Okay.
So and I have aquariums. I have a lot of animals. So I was I wanted to know more about science. So I chose foundation in science, and after that I decided to just take biomedical science.
So you had the interest since you were a child.
Yeah.
Wow. That's great. Not many people actually pursue their childhood dreams, right? So let's continue with the basics of biomedical science. Maybe can you explain to our audience what is biomedical science and its importance in today's context?
Okay, so biomedical science, actually there's a lot of branches. There's pharmacology, physiology, biochemistry, neuroscience. So mostly we'll spend time in the lab doing research, but of course we also have classes to attend, and we need to know about the mechanisms, how the illness happen, how diseases happen, and evaluate the effectiveness of treatments. As we proceed to year 3, we will have different projects that we wanted to focus on, and we can continue it for our PhD later on. And the importance of biomedical science, right? So there's this epidemic coronavirus. So it's a novel coronavirus, so it's evolving. So we need biomedical scientists to come up with vaccines, of course. So it is important for the healthcare sector and for everyone's well-being as well. Yeah.
Yeah, and how exactly does it benefit people?
Benefit people. So Actually, we have to come up with new treatments or enhance existing therapeutics treatments. So, for example, for cancer, we know that we use chemotherapy, but we couldn't really cure 100% of them. So now I want to come up with new treatments to eradicate the illness more effectively and at its earlier stage.
So we are doing this like in Malaysia.
Yeah, yeah.
stuff.
And also in our UK campus as well. So, yeah.
And Ms. Mashita, what about pharmaceutical and health sciences? What are the importance of it today?
Well, okay. Pharmaceutical is it's actually it's kind of like the same branch from a bit similar to biomedical. We do learn also about the human physiology, how the disease actually progress. We do learn that a bit, but we also focus on how are we going to design the medicines to be able to be delivered to the body. Yeah, because sometimes we found something or it's working on maybe on this certain cancer, but when it comes to delivering to the human body, that's where the complication happens, because human body is there's so many factors that you have to consider. So we in pharmaceutical we try to understand and optimize how the medicine can be delivered to the body. Yeah.
Are there any prominent breakthroughs in pharmaceutical and health sciences? Maybe homegrown ones, even internationally?
I mean,
Your own
for-
research.
Yeah, for my own research. I mean, it's still pretty early stage. The results still early stage, but we do found the plants that we taken from the tropical. It has shown some activity against multi-drug resistant bacteria, which is the Acinetobacter baumannii. It's in early stage, but it's prominent because Acinetobacter baumannii is actually one of the very hard to kill. It's resistant to a lot of antibiotics. Yeah, so hopefully if we can continue, it might be able, that plant, yeah.
Where is the plant?
Yeah, it's a plant.
Okay.
It's a rainforest plant. Yeah.
And what does it do?
What we found is it is able to inhibit the bacteria growth. That's very early stage. Yeah. So it shows that because if you try with conventional antibiotic, it won't kill the bacteria. But with this one, it does show some inhibition, so it can work. Yeah.
Okay, I see. Sounds interesting. So maybe perhaps you could share with us what exactly do you do in the lab or as a pharmaceutical scientist? What's your day like? What do you do on a daily basis?
For me myself, I'm really focused on research. So yeah, we go to the lab, do all these things, but we also go. I still have to go outside and collect the samples and all that. Then, as a research, also we have to, how should I say it? Manage our consumables and all that. So all that, it's not just in the lab. There's all other things we do. Yeah.
Outside the lab.
Yes.
Are there lots of reports that you
Yes.
write?
It's not just in lab. We have to do computer things, stuff, meeting people, all that. Yeah. So.
And what about Sharon? What's your day-to-day basis like?
So it depends on my mood and also my schedule. If I feel like I want to do research, I'll go to do it for the whole week. So usually I will plan it out, like what I want to do, because we're quite flexible for a PhD student. And let's say like a typical day, usually I will go to the lab around 9 and I'll start working until 2 p.m. or 3 p.m. Then I'll just go back. That's like the maximum that I'll do. I will not carry out like experiment in the night, like at night.
At night.
Yeah. And sometimes I will go back and analyze my results straight away on that day itself. And if there's RA duties, like research assistant duties, in which we have to help in teachings, then I'll go for that. And if there's workshop, I'll also go for that. Yeah.
Okay, and what are some things about your job that people don't really know about? Anything interesting or lesser known that people who want to pursue this might want to know before they enter?
I'm sorry, what was the question again? How?
What are things about what you do in your in pharmaceutical, right? So what things that people don't really know about? They just go through, they just study, but then they don't know like what is the real experience of being in your field actually is. Nothing.
To see, I think in my case, people always confuse between pharmaceutical and pharmacy itself. They will always think that when we say pharmaceutical, they always thought of pharmacists. Yeah, actually that's not true at all. Because like I said, pharmaceutical, we actually help to design and come up with this delivery system, how to deliver the medicine. It's not necessarily meeting with the patient directly. Yeah.
So mostly it's research, a lot of research.
Research and there are jobs that like in loss, because what's in loss? Yeah. Because we also learn what this medicine does and what it's doing. So we also can help to regulate whether it's approved or not. We can also do that.
Okay.
Yeah, it's very fun.
Many people confuse it with
they thought it's just pharmacies, but there's actually a lot of things you can actually do. Yes.
I see. And what about for biomedical science?
For biomedical science, because the name is called biomedical, so people usually think that it's medical, it's medicine, you're studying medicine. And some people will say that it's easier than taking or studying medicine, but actually it's not. It's different, because for medical doctors, I don't think they do much of research in the lab. So we have more skills in lab, and we are the one who evaluate the effectiveness of the medicine and the interactions, and we know about mechanisms, but then we will come up with a report, and doctors will usually rely on the reports from our lab and publications. Yeah.
In that case, would you say biomedical science is a tough field to pursue, perhaps as tough as becoming a doctor?
For me, at first, I feel quite confused and discouraged at times.
We all are.
Yeah.
Do explain.
Yeah. So it is tough and challenging, but you need to motivate yourself as you go by. Like,
which areas or what aspects of it that you find most challenging?
It's in the exam, and also like when you have to independently carry out your research. You have to think of the methods and optimization by yourself, but of course you will get guidance from your supervisors. Our lecturers and professors are very supportive, but we still have to know and understand what we are doing, because we will have to present and defend our thesis. And even for final year project students, you also have to present your posters. Yep.
Okay, so that's one major
challenge. And also for the exams part, because we have to remember the pathways and the genetics, the name of the genes and everything, and we have to draw it out and write an essay about it. Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Would it be the same for you?
Yeah, because some of some of our courses is actually overlapped with biomedical, so we also have that exam like that. Yeah.
Okay.
But we, in addition, we also need to know about some of the questions. Sometimes ask us ourselves, like our logical sense, like what do you think if that they give a situation and then we have to say how we do it. Okay. You know, it's basically the test is like they want to know whether we can come up, whether we understand what has been taught, and we can come up with our own
ideas.
Yeah, a solution to see if we can understand the basics, the concept.
I see.
Yeah.
So that is one of the most challenging areas for you. Okay.
The question is unexpected sometimes.
Yes. Unexpected questions.
Yeah.
And so with so many of these challenge unexpected demands, what are some good practices that students can adopt or should adopt during their studies?
For me, okay, I have to remember what I did. It's I think one of the tips that I can say is you need to attend your classes.
Attend classes.
Yeah. because even though sometimes I do understand that it's we have laziness sometimes, but sometimes when you attend the classes, there's always something that you can learn and you can remember at that time.
Yeah.
I think that's very important. And the other, if you
notes.
want, take notes. And then what I did also, if I want to remember certain mechanism or the pathway that I need to remember, what I did is I used to make my own, and then I put it up in my bedroom.
On your wall.
Yeah, so that I see it before I sleep, and when I wake up,
It's
I
the
see it
first
also.
thing you see.
Because then it helps me to
Remember.
memorize. But I look at it every day.
Do you also put it like at your toilet?
But no, only bedroom, like around my room. Yeah.
Around your room. Okay. And Sharon?
For me, I think good practices would be ask questions if you don't understand. Don't be shy, just ask, and also read a lot of journals. And for citation to gain marks, I think it's better that you should add some critical thinking and also cite some of the journals. Yeah.
Cite journals and
That's
lots
hard
of
though.
critical
Yeah.
thinking.
Yeah.
The lecturer also said that if you want to get more marks, you can read journals and then try to cite them. But most of us, it's difficult. Yeah, but it's a good practice. Yeah.
The difficult part is getting the journals
Yeah.
to support your theses. Or
Yeah.
I see. Okay. And how do you overcome this then?
Overcome.
Yeah, you
The
find
difficulties to
difficult-
find. Okay, find journals. I think I will find journals that is relevant to my arguments. So with that, then I can easily argue my point and to support the research that I have hypothesized. Yeah, that's one of the way.
Yeah. And so let's move on to careers. Okay, so what are the career prospects for graduates in your field? Like, what are the job options available? Are you like bound in the lab forever doing research?
Mashita, you should go first.
Of course, no. Of course, no. You're not going to be in the lab forever unless you want to. Yeah, you can. I would say in lab, of course, you might have more advantage. But if you want to be in the industry, you can be industry. Even like even helping. Let's say. Because you need to be able to promote your product sometimes.
Okay.
Yeah, so if you want to do that, you also can. Yeah, because since you have that knowledge, it's easier for you to actually sell it. Yeah,
So like a pharmaceutical items
Yeah.
in
can.
medication?
Yes, because you actually you sometimes you go to the hospital, you meet doctors sometimes. Yeah, you even go to maybe some a pharmacy.
Okay.
Yeah, to be able to
Sell
that if you want.
the products to
Yeah.
pharmacists. Okay. Maybe in sales then.
Sales, academic, yeah, of course, academic, yes,
yeah, as
academic
a
also.
lecturer.
Yeah, lecturer, yes, of course. What else? But yeah.
Okay, maybe for biomedical science.
For biomedical, actually, after you graduate from our degree, you can go into medicine if you wanted to, or academia. And if not, you can be a scientific journalist just to write papers. And also, maybe you can go out of our scientific field. You can go for IT, management, accounting. Because for me, after I graduate from my biomedical science degree, I took MBA because I want to diversify my income, and I don't know, I don't want to just rely on biomedical science, and maybe not to always like be bound to lab only. Yeah. Okay.
Okay, so there are actually lots
Yeah,
of
they are. Yeah.
sectors that you can enter. So I think We have some questions from the audience, so I'll just have a look. Let's see them. Okay, so first question. Is there a lot of complex math in biomedical science? I'm really interested, but I'm not very good with numbers.
Okay, complex maths. I think just during your foundation, there's a lot of maths. But when you get into degree, no. Just you have to understand the genetics pathway and all. So you have to be very good at drawing it out. Yeah, the histological slides. So you will look into slides and you draw out the cells, how it looks like, and also the pathways. Yep.
Okay, so only in foundation.
Only in foundation.
Okay. We have another question. What's the difference between biomedical science and biotechnology? And how about biochemistry?
Okay, that's a very good question. I need some time to. Okay, so the differences, biomed and biotech. So biotech usually you will do like plant biotechnology or something related to animals and microbiology work. But for biomedical science, it's like you look into the mechanism of illnesses and you evaluate the effects. For example, my research, I look into the effect of herbal products and its components on our liver enzyme. So is there inhibition or not? So we will look into pharmacokinetics. So it's different from biotech because biotech doesn't look into this part.
And yep. Biochemistry?
Biochemistry is more towards chemistry. So for me, because I'm doing the in vitro work and I need to do calculations and add a lot of reagents together and chemicals together, so that's the part of biochemistry involved. So you have to have knowledge in biochemistry, of course. Yeah.
I see. Okay. I hope Miss or Mr.
Answer her
Lim,
question.
that helped
His question.
Your question. And one more question. Maybe Ms. Mashita, how advanced is Malaysia in the pharmaceutical or even biomedical field?
How advanced we are?
Advanced.
Is it on par with many countries, or are we any aspects that we are lacking of?
We do have our own pharmaceutical industry here. I'm not sure what do you mean by advanced. I mean,
we have technologies here as well,
Yeah.
but just that we take time to import all the things in here. So we're a bit slow actually because we're far. Usually we import from US or Germany, so it takes
So
time.
it takes time to
To import the reagents and consumables that we want, even the machines as well. Yeah.
But if he was talking about
Advancement.
I mean, we make our own product, you know. Yeah, we do have that. Even in medicine, we also have Malaysian meat product. In medicine. So
you would say it's pretty advanced.
Yes.
yeah, I mean, we don't actually rely on outside, you know.
Yeah.
So I guess.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So before we end our session, perhaps you guys have something that you'd like to share with the audience who are thinking of pursuing biomedical science and pharmaceutical and health sciences. Do you have anything?
Me first? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. For me, I think don't be afraid. Just execute your dreams, go with your passion, and that's my words of wisdom. For me, don't be afraid and never give up. Yeah, go for it. Yeah.
It's actually, I was also thinking in that line. Don't be afraid to fail, I would say, because I have experienced that myself. Yes, it sucks, okay, but it's not the end of the world, okay. You have to push through, okay. Calm down, make your plans, try your best to navigate your life in this world. Yeah.
Okay, very good. I hope our session has helped all of you who are watching with pursuing a field in biomedical science. Do come back for more of our webinars and have a good day ahead. Thank you.